We're talking about scamming. Bosses at Barclays Bank have called for social media companies to offer compensation to the victims of it, especially when it happens through WhatsApp, Twitter or Facebook.
But is it right to blame the tech companies when you get scammed over something you did wrong, or should we take more responsibility? Well, Maddie Alexander-Grout is a consumer money specialist, and we think not our fault, Maddie.
No, definitely not. There are 3.7 million people a year that get scammed in the UK, and that is a massive number. It's my opinion that social media platforms should be doing something more to stop these from happening. Because if you think about it, if there were less ads in our newsfeed, then there would be less scams that would happen in the first place. I actually run a social media platform, Mad About Money, and we don't have any ads in our newsfeed so that we can protect the consumers. It's completely down to the social media platforms to actually make sure this isn't happening.
Well, sounds reasonable to me.
Let's bring in Anna McGovern. You don't agree. You think that if somebody falls for a scam, say, through something on Instagram, it's personal responsibility, Anna. Have we lost Anna? I'm afraid we've lost Anna. Sorry, we'll stick with Maddie for now. Gosh, I mean, I suppose the way...
I'm going to have to wait for her.
Yeah, the pressure. Well, listen, the scams now are so sophisticated in many ways. It would be very harsh, wouldn't it, to say it's your fault if you've fallen for it, especially when we broaden it out to, all the use of AI in these sorts of things. People's voices can be imitated and things when it comes to trying to trick people.
Look, there are too many adverts, no matter what you watch, no matter what, YouTube, Instagram, whatever else is out there, right? And it just pops up, unwanted ads all the time. And then I go to read news, you'll find this because you'll do the same as me. You go to read news and you think, oh, that's an interesting story. And then up comes this whole page advertising whatever it is.
I just switch it off then. I'd go to another website if that starts happening.
To get
such
that
a turn off. Yeah,
it is such a turn off. I totally agree with you. There is that woman, Anna McGovern, now, who's been away shopping while we've been talking there. Anna, you are a political commentator, and you think, yes, we've got to man up and take responsibility on this ourselves.
Yes, I do. I think that people need to take personal responsibility. And personally, I don't feel comfortable with social media companies having more power than they already do. And I'm speaking as someone who has been a victim of a scam from social media. And actually, when I went to my bank for help, they were very quickly able to help me and get me my money back. So I think that there's a lot of support already provided by banks to prevent people from getting scammed. I think it's about educating yourself, helping the people around you and spreading useful information to prevent people from falling for these horrible scams. I think that we need to take personal responsibility, help each other. And I think this is what Barclays are doing. I think they're actually trying to dissuade themselves from taking more responsibility. I think that it should come down ultimately to the banks, not to social media. I don't personally feel comfortable with giving social media companies more power.
Maddie's shaking her head.
No, I don't see why it would be giving them more power. You're saying that Barclays are trying to they're doing enough to prevent the scams. Just giving people their money back when they've been scammed isn't preventative. So the social media platforms could be preventing this. If there weren't so many of these scammy ads out there, people wouldn't fall for them. It's as simple as that. Scams are getting so much more sophisticated, and we can't have our wits about us 24/7. I mean, for example, I've got ADHD. I know that my mind wanders, especially when I'm shopping, because I don't always have my eye on the ball. Are you saying that every single person in the UK is responsible for checking these tiny, minuscule things that could be, as the guy said, they could come from AI. They're so sophisticated. Do we have to be checking every single tiny little thing when we're going shopping? I think not.
Absolutely, of course you should. It's your money. Of course you should be checking where your money goes.
You fell for it, Anna, like you said.
But
it's easily done.
No, it is done. And that's why your bank is there to help you. When it happened to me, my bank were very quickly able to help me get my money back and
Your
provide
bank might
me
not
with
want
support.
to help much
And
longer.
even-
Barclays
and
doesn't sound too
also,
keen.
when I recently made a bank transfer from one of my accounts to another, my bank actually called me to check in, just say, are you being scammed? Are you sure this is a transaction that you want to make? I personally have had a very good experience with my bank, as of most people I've known. And I think banks they are very supportive in ensuring that people aren't getting scammed. I think that if you're spending money online, you need to be responsible with where your money is going. It's not up to other people. You need to take personal responsibility for yourself and support the other people around you. If you're not sure about a transaction you're making, you probably shouldn't be making it.
Absolutely. And I totally agree with that. If you're not sure about something, and there are things that we can do to check, but the banks are not preventing it. Social media, being more alert and being more vigilant about these types of scams going out there would mean that less of them happen.